Life has been a discovery for me the last couple of days. And when I say the last couple of days, I kind of mean right now. Like, at this moment, life is this big discovery for me. Like, okay, I feel like I'm all over the place, and I typically do that. I kind of start these videos off right dead smack in the middle of what's on my mind, and then I kind of backtrack. I notice that that's a pattern that forms with me. Um, so for the last couple of days, I've been very high on a song. Not high, like high, but like high. I have been singing the praises of a song by Joyner Lucas and Will Smith. Like, for those of you who know me, you know that I am a Will Smith fan. As a kid, when I was younger, I kind of looked like Fresh Prince. Like, I feel like I did. Like, my younger pictures I did before I got older. And, like, don't look at Will Smith now. Look at Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and then look at pictures of me as a teenager and compare them to Fresh Prince of Bel Air. And that is the extent of how much I think I looked like Will Smith when I was a kid, you know? So I grew up on Fresh Prince of Bel Air. It's where that and Buffy the Vampire Slayer taught me my sarcasm and honestly molded me into the person that I am. So Joyner Lucas did this song called Will, and he just kind of reenacts all the songs and movies and things that Will Smith has done. It's a fantastic tribute. It's a wonderful love letter, and like I saw a comment, in a world of diss tracks, this man wrote a love letter to his idol, and that's awesome to me. Um, the song itself, like I've listened to it a couple of times. The video is fantastic, and there are a couple of lines in the song that stick out to me, like nothing is worse than losing your hero and not saying goodbye. And I feel that because I feel that kind of that's where I am with my father. You know, I feel like I was too young to understand that that dude was my fucking hero, and then he was gone. And in my earlier, later years in life, I got older and wiser and smarter. At least I like to think so. And I now understand what his role in my life was and how I, as a person, didn't appreciate him enough when he was here. So that stuck out to me. But then Jada and Will Smith dropped the remix, and Will Smith does a verse, and that song speaks to me on every level. Talk about a testament. Like, he literally is describing my life to me. Like, the first verse, like, I'm listening to it and there's a cartoon of Will Smith. I won't put that thing in the thumbnail. That would be horribly misleading. People would come here thinking it was the song. I'd get thumbs down. I'm not gonna do that. Um, but there's an animated picture of him standing next to Will Smith, and Will Smith starts rapping, and like literally, like the first verse, like speaks to me. Like, okay, I won't play it because copyright. I would just be all kind of shit. But the verse, it goes to the effect of, "You feel like me? I feel like a prince that turned to a king. Found me a queen, started a family and got me a team. Top of my dreams, something something other. Inspire my dreams. Jonah, I know that you look up to me. I know that Jonah, I know you're inspired by me, like I was inspired by Nelson Mandela. I give him a rose for every endeavor. Talking to Julius Irvin. Sorry. The point is, I have now since listened to the original song again, and there are bits and pieces in the original song that Will Smith comments on in his verse. Like, there's a part where he's like, brick by brick, we can lay this foundation. But if you listen to Joyner's original song, he's talking about putting down a brick. And then at the end of the song is, I guess, a quote from Will Smith in an interview. And he was like, "Don't build a wall, just place one brick perfectly. Once you put that brick perfectly, the next day do it again, and eventually you'll have a wall." So you could see why he used that line and it was inspired, and then Will used it again. And then Joyner said something about how all your heroes are leaving, so it's best to give them a rose now while they're still here. than after they're gone. So this love letter was his rose to Will Smith, and it made me want to give roses to people that I care about to celebrate them. And it's like, well, who do I celebrate? Who would I consider to be heroes for me? And it's like my father. My father was a goddamn hero, and I was just too young to appreciate and understand what he was doing. And oh my God, that leaves a Michael James Ballou size hole in me that I'll never feel with anything else. I'll never feel like I was able to articulate that to him. And that speaks to me. Like I wasn't able to say goodbye the way I wanted to. That whole song like really hits me because that it literally like the first couple of lines is legit my whole thing. Like I feel like a prince to turn to a king. Found me a queen. Started a family. Got me a team. Like we were long before we were believing the shield and we were doing the thing with the fist. We were Team Harris. Long before Asia, me and Kari was Team Harris, and we was rocking that. It's like started a family. Got me a team. Like team. Like it's nice when a song encapsulates. Is that the right computer? Define encapsulates. For real? Computer. Define encapsulate.
The verb encapsulate is usually defined as to place in or as if in a capsule. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for encapsulate.
Well, maybe encapsulated is the right word. I don't know. But this song, if I were to do a song, if I were to write a song for my father, this would be the song. And one day, I hope to, like, role reversal is a trip. Like I can remember being a kid sitting in student like parent teacher conferences, and my parents would have to come up to class to like talk to my teachers so they could tell my parents I had been fucking up. And then you fast forward to now I'm a parent, and now I'm sitting on the parent side of the desk as they explained to me that my son was acting up in school. Like that role reversal is funny to me. Like in that scenario, I would have been Joyner Lucas having that conversation with Will Smith. But now I can say I am looking forward to the days that one day I'm standing next to somebody else and saying, hey, you feeling like me? I feel like a prince to turn to a king. Found me a queen. Started a family. Started a team. On top of my dreams. Joyner, I know you inspired by me. Like I was inspired by Nelson Mandela. I give him a rose for Nelson Mandela. Why would I say Nelson Mandela twice? Weirdo. I get into the point is the way I looked up to my old man and the things that he did molded me to get me here. I want to be able to stand next to my son one day and he go, "Hey man, thanks for getting me here." You know, and I could just be like, "You feeling like me?" Like that goes back to the imposter syndrome too. It's like, wow, I really, really feel this song deep in my heart. Imposter syndrome. It's like really, nigga, like, is it you really? But it is, and I'm not going. I won't let myself talk myself out of that because it's a good song, and I relate to it on levels I didn't even understand until I had heard it. You know, and then after hearing the song again, listening to the original and watching the video and then going back and hearing the remix again, this song speaks to me. Everyone should have a song that speaks to them. This is mine.